Reggie and TSM is not the biggest problem for NA League of Legends right now, at least not yet. The situation is who's even gonna be there to be a problem. No one is playing in the LCS, no one that's a pro at least, and it seems that no one even wants to play. And now it's not an unreasonable question to ask, are we seeing the end of North American League of Legends? Is North American League esports dying? Hey, my name's Alec, here's the who. Okay, so first off, what is the problem that League of Legends is even facing right now? Riot announces that NA LCS organizations are no longer required to roster a tier 2 team, a Challengers League team, which is essentially their academy and affiliate league. Following that approval announcement, teams immediately dropped their rosters. Put in perspective, that's 35 people, 35 jobs just poof overnight are lost. Many feel it's an abandonment of North American League talent, and it's also just the latest news in a batch of really bad announcements in the last few weeks. Just 2 weeks ago, Reggie with TSM announced that they were leaving the NA LCS and going to another region. More than likely, we can guess that's going to be something like the LPL. They were already America's finest team of imports, so really they're just saving money on flights. But prior to that was the purchase of Counterlogic Gaming by NRG, effectively taking over their esports operations immediately. All of this resulted in a walkout as voted by the NALCS Players Association. They have various demands and we'll talk about that later, so nobody in the LCS is going to play the upcoming season, which is the summer split. The upcoming season starts this week of recording. Okay, as I'm recording, I just got an update on that. I'll get to that later. It's still a big deal. Now, the LCS can't just not have people play. They're under obligations by Riot to field some teams and get some games out. Why not just grab college or amateur players? Well, the NALCS Players Association put out a statement saying, please do not sign as a scab to one of these teams. And it's honestly good publicity for you to go out and say, no, I'm not going to support this. And it might be good for, to have the backing of the Players Association, not get in their bad graces if you do go pro one day. So I guess you need to get ready to see your favorite coaches and social media interns playing jungle now. Essentially, it just feels that top teams don't want to scout talent in North America and want to keep importing, which then how do players even develop? How are they going to scout? Without that second tier, you just have to hope that maybe you pop off in solo queue and some scout goes across your Twitch channel. But there's still another problem. Do these developmental leagues even work? Tyler One had something to say on that.
Per year, an LCS team is getting from that probably less than $50,000 worth of revenue, if anything. So it's just a bleed. There's bleeding. Now you could say, well, it's to develop talent, bro. Those academy players are not leaving academy. 90% of they will never, ever see LCS. Never. They know that. The pros know that. The coaches know that. Everybody knows that. They're not going to ever touch the LCS.
Essentially, it boils down to, these players even get promoted? Do you even get to play as a big professional? At the end of the day, it's on the suits. Yes, you can say it bleeds money, it's hemorrhaging their pockets, but it's still their fault to begin with. A lot of it came down to mismanagement. They imported and gave outlandish contracts and never developed systems to develop and find new talents and grow their teams. They just want to survive off of venture capitalist money and hope it all works out. But let's ask the Overwatch League how that's going. And also, there's no one at the top to take care of this. There's no scapegoat, there's no commissioner. In the NFL, they don't love Roger Goodell, but at least they know there's somebody actually making these decisions and trying to do something, but he still gets booed at the NFL draft. In the NBA, you have bald Adam Silver here. He doesn't make the perfect decisions all the time, but he at least tries, and he has done well in the past sometimes. Not saying these guys are the best, but at least it's someone to point to. Now, in a way, it seems like Reggie, TSM, CLG are just trying to jump off a sinking ship. So the question still stands, is and why is NA esports dying? I'd also say it's because of a lack of international success, not since maybe around 2018, which some people aren't going to give credit and might say that was a fluke. And the trend of lackluster performance and lack of results continues without that second tier and the top brass executing moves for money instead of developing long-term ideas for success, which also includes taking care of your players and not screwing them over. Now, the walkout has demands. They're not just going to be mad and walk out. They have stuff they're looking for. A promotion and relegation system similar to Valorant, revenue pools for player salaries, minimum contract guarantees for summer finals winners, a rule to maintain your NACL spot even if your org changes, and cost sharing with affiliates. Help them make money. All these are in moves of the interest of the players, and I can see why the suits don't want to go for this. It will cut into the bottom line, but I also think not having a team to play will cut into the bottom line. It just feels like the whole system's in disarray and no one is going to be happy. Smaller orgs get screwed and see no path to bigger success. Larger orgs and top teams don't get any success as it is and is constantly being replaced and bleeding money. money, which adding a Challenger to the League team just adds to those troubles. They have decided if no one's going to play, they're going to delay the LCS, they're going to delay Summer Split by at least 2 weeks to try to negotiate. And if that doesn't work, they will just cancel the whole LCS for the rest of the year. It will actually be over. So there's a lot happening, and it's something that's still mid-development, but I hope to give you some context or a little bit of an idea of what might be going on in the world of League of Legends and the drama that goes into esports, which is if they cancel the rest of the year, that's more people out of jobs and more money just being wasted, and we could be seeing a domino effect of esports slowly dying out. So what are your thoughts? Let me know. Follow for more gaming news. Hey, my name's Alec. Thanks for talking games with me.